What you got to do is you've got to understand price action, and volume. See, like right now,
Okay.
market's about to go down. Why? Because of all these wicks right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks. See that? Once it comes up and hits this area, once it hits this area right here, somebody is pushing it back down, pushing it back down. Now it may not go all the way down. It may come up and hit this and bounce off of it again and hit it again and then finally break through it. But probability says that it's going to go lower from right here because of all of this selling pressure.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that things can't change on a dime. You see these two candles right here? You also have a lot of buying pressure, don't you?
Yeah.
You have a ton of selling pressure up here, and then you have a lot of buying pressure right there.
Yeah.
So we're in a struggle right here. All right? So if we can get out of it and come down, then we may do something like that and come on down to make lower prices. If we can't get through here, then we'll just turn up from right there.
Okay. How you
So you
determine
really got to
where the
start to understand price action.
where's the entry?
What is it?
How you determine the entry? When to enter?
It depends on a lot of different things. So I mean, it's going to be trade specific for me. All right, this is where I'm taking a short at right here.
Order filled.
You take a short.
It's right here. Yep.
Order pending.
Then my stop is right there. The trend is down. We've just made a pullback to the fibs here, you see. This is divergence
Okay.
on any oscillator. We know it's divergence on any oscillator just by the way it looks.
Price lower.
Volume is drying up on the pullback, and it's starting to come down. You see this amount of volume right here? So right there where I shorted, also a ton of other people did as well, but then somebody was absorbing all of that selling, right? Yeah, you see the buying coming in right there?
Yeah.
So it looks like we may get stopped out. So they're fighting right now. There's a lot of volume selling, a lot of volume buying. Just see.
How you look? Let's say market open. How you make an entry? First entry.
Right at the open?
Yeah.
I don't. You have to determine, what's going on. You don't just trade right at the open. There has to be a reason for the trade.
Okay.
Here, I'll
Show
get
me
into that in a second.
when to decide when to around that time, beginning of the market.
Let's just go ahead and put a target here. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, it looks like it is going to start going down now. So we'll trail this behind that high right there.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like it is going to win out. All right. So it should come on down, like so. See on the 15-minute, we've come down, we've made a double bottom. It's really a triple bottom, isn't it? But you see, we pulled back to this fib. So now it's turned back down again. So we've been in a downtrend. We've got kind of a doji reversal bar. Then we have one good 15-minute up bar. All right, the buyers just lost. They just got stopped out. So now it should start to pick up a little bit of speed onto the downside here. So we should see it come on down. So if it does and it pulls back further, we should be able to get through this triple bottom here.
I see.
We gotta have something bigger
Where's
than
the
that.
target? Out of bound? OB line?
Right, so that's what we'll work on now. Is the target. So what would you think you would have to do to find a target?
Trend line. I'll make a trend line with the first.
Right. So there's our first one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Probably I will set to the OB line, out of bound. That would be my
Right,
target.
but also we need. Where's that? I got this locked. we bring it down to the low of this bar. That would be our first target. Now what else do we need? Fibs, this is important.
What is that? I never use that.
So,
Oh, the fib, yeah.
right there. That would be our first target right there. So in about 15 or 20 minutes. But that's trying to hold for a large trade.
Yeah.
All right? We may only want to get a little bit out of it. So we may want to get out right here because all that volume just came in.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to do that. We're going to hold this. Because right now, we break-even trade.
How you do, like, as soon as you got, let me, like, a 15 tick, you go break even, or you take a, you know, a lot of time.
All depends on the trade.
Yeah.
All depends on the trade.
All depends on the trade.
So right now, because we're going into major support right here, this break-even stop is probably too close. We're probably going to come right back up here and tick me out, and then it goes down and breaks.
Happens so many times.
But what you can expect,
Yeah.
right, what you can expect right here, because we bounce off of this 1, 2, 3 times today,
Yeah.
1 time yesterday. All right, so what you can expect is a bounce from this area. So normally, if I was just trying to get, 7 or 8, 10 ticks, I would have had a target sitting
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
I would have had my target sitting right there, and I would have filled. You see this volume that's come in? You see how important that is? That's showing you, that big bar right there is showing you that somebody is supporting the market right there.
Yeah.
So somebody is absorbing all of that selling. Does that make sense? So chances are it's going to turn back up from here. How high it turns back up, it's anybody's guess, but let's give it a little bit of room, so let's keep it right there. So let's say it goes up to right here, and then starts to turn down. Once it hits this a 5th time, most likely it's going to come on through it, and when it comes through it, it will most likely come straight down to that fib line and get us filled. So now we need to find our other targets. So let's find our other targets. We want to give it some room. It may just do something like this and go up and make kind of an ABC, come up, hit the top of this trend channel, and then come down. I mean, you never really know what it's going to do. You can only react to what it's showing you. So that's why you have to constantly be looking at what's going on. Forget about indicators. They don't tell you anything. Price, the actual bars themselves, and the volume. All right? And also in relation to, where it's previously been, trend lines and channels, areas of support and resistance. That's why I still do use these fibs of John's, because they are somewhat useful, right? So then we would also want to have our pivot points on here. Right now you got the TF custom, so we would want. I need to have a trading room, don't I?
Yeah, you do. You wanna post some of the trade and like every day, or that's helpful.
That's what I should do, huh?
Yeah, you should do just one trade whenever. Then I could see you what you think, thought going through when you trade. That I like to know.
Right.
Yeah, you could make template whenever, but I learn a lot more. Somebody trading actually.
Right.
Most of the people, what they do is they show you indicator this and this, but when you do at the
doesn't
moment,
help
trade
me.
doesn't help me at all.
Right. See what's happening now?
Yeah.
So it's coming down now. So now we have our break even plus 1 stop. So it's hit support, it's bounced back up. This is where it should start to pick up speed and come on straight down. All right, that's what we're expecting. So you're always anticipating what the market's doing. So now we should see it pick up speed, come straight down. See?
Yeah. Well, this is good.
So this is how it works. Now we're at the 61.8. So we need another fib. And where do they overlap at? right there. 1130, right in there. Okay, so what would be our other target using trend channels? Well, we would go back using our 15-minute chart. I like to use a half-hour chart, but right here to the low there. So it looks like we're going to hit this trend channel before we ever get down to that Fibonacci confluence zone. It looks like we're going to turn back up right here. A lot of an major support like that, you run those stops, you hit those stops, so everybody that was long is now selling. Well, there's someone there to absorb all that. So a lot of times they'll just break through this little area to run those stops so that they can start building a massive long position, and then they'll turn it around and carry it right back up. So we're assuming that's going to happen. So that's why I would get out right there. But we're not seeing it immediately start to push back up. So it's actually pushing lower at this point. So while it looks like somebody did absorb some of those stops there, and really you're going to have a very high breakout bar anytime you're breaking through your zone where there's a lot of stops. You're always going to have a high bar. But it's what that next couple of bars looks like that's important. And our next couple of bars did not break above the high of this bar, so chances are we're going to keep on going further. So now we tighten our stop up behind that bar right there. So what we should do now, actually, okay, now the volume's coming back in. So we've hit that first trend channel. We're gonna give it some room. We're gonna let it mess around here. This is where we would like to see it get down to. There's this area right in here, but that may not be until here. So we have already hit, well, not quite, midpoint here. Okay. So now let's look for a target on the faster time frame. That would be from this high to this high, down to this low. We're right there at the center point now, but if we can break that, and we can come on down and at least hit the 78.6 for the 61.8. But let's see. Yeah, the 200. All right, so this would be where we would like to get out, right here.
I see.
That's where we want to get out. So we'd love to see it come straight down to there right now, and we would have an order sitting there to buy.
Order pending.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, this is good, Daniel. I think you should do this. Put on YouTube every day how you look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing that. Hey, we're catching some friction here. It looks like it's going to just come on down, but we're already in the VWAP here. So this is a good spot for it to turn, but we should be able to make this little push, I would think. We should be able to get on down here. Let's see. I'd love to see it get to negative, negative 272. Right there.
Here you go.
And we're almost there. All right, that's the first target right here. Volume seems to be drying up. If that's a reversal bar, then we're probably just going to have to get out to be safe. To be safe, we would get out right now. And
Order canceled.
that's it, right there.
Okay. That was good.
We
yeah.
should have exited right at that overlap. You see that as a Fibonacci confluence there? You got the 161.8 and the 61.8. To have been safer, since we're already oversold in the VWAP, we should have had our order sitting right there. But what, we exited right here? So let's see. So we shorted here. We exited right there. Now it'll probably come on down and hit our target. There's our first target right there. Then our next target's right below it. Right, 33. I mean 32 and a half. So we're there now, so that's where we should have really been getting out. See the volume? What is that? Volume divergence, right?
Yeah.
That's the push we wanted to see right there.